The research mode is paused. Sleep mode.
Yup. good day.
Good day.
Memories. Senpai, Maelstrom is very close, but its activity is lowered. Strange.
Not now.
Not now.
Political games don't suit picnic.
Picnic's attempts to gain power are somewhat self-contradicting, right, Senpai?
So many
Not
liars
now.
and scoundrels in one place.
Senpai, my social algorithm advises you to think very carefully before you go there. And before deciding not to go, too.
Sable Singh touches his fingers to his chest, welcoming you.
A word, employee.
He grabs you by the shoulder and takes you aside.
The new committee administration, represented by Madam Chairwoman, wants to offer you a secret mission. Her confidence in you rests on favors you've performed for her in the past. This is not for the new committee or the administration, but for Kimiko Nakamura personally. Tell me you understand what I'm saying.
The Sikh warrior nods.
Okay. In that case, if you value the future of the new committee, serve the interests of the committee alone, and not some individual.
Nakamura is already waiting for you, cold and straight-backed as usual, standing with her arms folded. Nakamura gestures you to sit down, though she herself remains standing.
I'd like to talk about your action at the closing stage of the operation. What you need to do when you contact the Maelstrom.
Kimiko nods deeply, satisfied with your reply.
It's nice to see you being sober about your role. Very well. Listen.
The Silver remains silent for a few moments, gathering the appropriate words.
The emulator project was founded to take the Maelstrom under control for the safety of the dome's inhabitants. And I will not let this control slip into the hands of dubious people. I don't care if someone assumes it to be hijacking. For me, the result is crucial, and there can be neither compromises nor half measure in this matter. I don't care whether or not you believe my course to be right. You're not supposed to give me evaluations. You only must do what I say.
Nakamura's yellow bionic eye turns a bit on its axis, aiming at you. Sable brings her a case. Kimiko clicks the turn locks open, lifts the lid, and unfolds the case, showing you its contents. There's a helmet with cables and controllers lying inside. The chairwoman pushes the case toward you.
It's kind of an emulator early version, only much weaker. I need you to link it directly to the Maelstrom. Do you understand the task?
The Silver looks at the device.
I'm no engineer. I don't know all its nuances. I do know, however, that Henrietta was going to adjust it right to the Maelstrom's frequency. She had a colleague, a friend, who tried to do that. He failed, but you will succeed.
Kimiko shakes her head negatively.
No. Each such helmet is adjusted individually to the user's brainwaves. If reset, it should be reconnected to the Maelstrom too.
Nakamura turns the helmet to show you the folded transmitter unit antenna.
As soon as you connect it, I'll be able to send signals to the Maelstrom.
She closes the case and pushes it toward you.
That's it then. Get ready and set about the task.
Nakamura steps aside and freezes, arms folded.
Whatever you think, I do this for the new committee's sake.
She says softly as you move away.
And I was starting to get bored. Goodbye.
Not now.
Audrey hugs you.
It's good you're here. Frankly, I feel like I owe you. What you did for Picnic was priceless. You're a rare commodity nowadays. People under the dome only want to take, never give something in return. No, really, everyone who came here wanted to split the dome into pieces like a pie. They want to make it and Maelstrom their own. This is so wrong.
The Blue says, grimacing. Audrey looks down.
Maelstrom may be a great advantage, or even a weapon, if in wrong hands. We must make sure that it wouldn't begin to grow uncontrollably again. Then weaken it, and give it some more space, so that no force, like the new committee or the Phalanx, would be able to take everything for themselves. I don't impose my opinion, but the more the entire dome will resemble Picnic, the better and quieter our lives will be.
She looks up and stares you in the eyes, as if to be sure you stand with her. Melville looks around.
I envy the people who built Concord. Firstly, they had the freedom the late Cronus could never dream of. And secondly, they had freedom. There's no secondly for us, you see? They traveled here for the future, for discoveries, not for dictators and bureaucracy. It was the only time when the development of the dome was what it should have been.
She looks at you absently.
Oh, it's you. Do you know that I'm a literal bum now? An unwashed homeless woman without a home or citizenship.
Katarzyna shakes her head.
It's unfathomable.
She thinks for a second.
Well, technically not homeless, of course, but without a piece of paper, I'm a second-class citizen for sure. That is, not a citizen at all.
The White nods cautiously.
Okay, just don't ask me about what happened at Magellan, okay? You won't, right? I'm not that interested in politics. Who do you want to hear about?
The White asks cautiously, but with obvious interest. Katarzyna frowns.
Bitch. I hear she has no private life whatsoever. So she sleeps with all her bodyguards. Well, not literally all of them, but...
Beletskaya makes a hopeless gesture.
Well, I heard about him back in the days of Cronus. He is said to have been released from prison for a bribe, and immediately transferred to the Silver Wing. How's that for a promotion? But maybe this is not true.
She grows thoughtful.
Audrey. Audrey. I don't know anything about her.
Your companion leans over to your ear.
I heard this Olivia wasn't as big of a goody two-shoe as she seems. She looks like she's dependent on Johann, but everyone who knows a thing or two about these couples swears that the opposite is true. But just in case, I never said that.
Katya shakes her head.
Well, he gets scolded more often than praised, but surely he can't be an entirely bad person. I think he's a genius. I'll tell you before I forget. You don't mind, right? Right?
She interrupts you without even letting you finish the question.
She and I arrived under the dome in the same group, and in my opinion, we even got along somewhat. She seemed so, reasonable to me. She loved her job so much. Can't believe that she now lives in a landfill and kills people.
The White throws up her hands in indignation. The White nods cautiously.
okay? Just don't ask me about what happened at Magellan, okay? You won't, right?
Those are the folks who conquered Maelstrom.
We will be
Not
able
now.
to obtain new scientific data here. What do you think, Senpai?
Sparrow recognizes you and gives you an open, joyful smile.
Hello! Glad to see you. I hope there are many adventures in your life now. They are good people. And I don't mean maybe. But it's a pity they waste their potential instead of helping people and making the world a better place. But it goes for them.
He answers without thinking. Your companion nods kindly.
I'm always happy to chat with a comrade in arms on any subject.
Sparrow grows excited.
The Dome is a battlefield where people of honor fight against carrion eaters. We have the power to stand on the side of truth and justice.
Your companion's eyebrows dart up angrily.
A bunch of sly bureaucrats, liars, bastards, and cowards. That place is the source of all injustice under the Dome. The ultimate evil. If everyone under the Dome became like those people in Picnic, it would mean my efforts had not been in vain. Though they weren't in vain anyway.
He shakes his head in time with his thoughts. Sparrow clenches his teeth.
Cronus gave criminals freedom, and the Phalanx united them into a gang. What else is there to say?
Your companion ponders.
They gave everyone voting privileges. But does that make sense if they're extended to bastards and murderers as well? That isn't good democracy. If they continue on this way, Zemeckis will end up in power.
He purses his lips.
I never said it, but I considered leaving for the world they created to be the person I always dreamed of being. But there's something off about them.
Sparrow frowns.
They cause innocent people to suffer. I don't like killing madmen, but I have to. Edmund Burke once said, "All that is necessary for the triumph of evil is that good men do nothing." That's the case here.
Your companion nods kindly.
I'm always happy to chat with a comrade in arms on any subject.
Sparrow snorts with either skepticism or interest.
All right, ask.
Sparrow sneers.
Many people defend her, saying she's a hostage of circumstance. Though that isn't really true. She's not a hostage, but the creator. The new committee is a reflection of Nakamura.
Your companion winces disdainfully.
I've long since realized that real bandits never look the part. They're nice, clever, polite people, just like Zemeckis. Yet what does it change if he commands murderers, thieves, and racketeers?
A smile flashes across his face.
We spent a lot of time together. She's not what she seems. She's even simpler than that. She's wary, but never cheats. She's used to saying exactly what she thinks, and doesn't try to impress anyone. I think she's cool.
Sparrow blushes. Sparrow spreads his arms, searching for the right words.
Well, it doesn't look like they want to be leaders in the first place. A real leader sacrifices their private life for the common good. In my opinion, they're doing just the opposite.
Your counterpart takes a moment to sort through his thoughts.
He could have created anything, but he chose to create a church, suggesting he wishes to control people's minds and souls. I'd watch your step around him. I'd have to know her better to answer that.
He replies reasonably.
If, as queen, she actually orders the fops to perform all those unthinkable horrors, she's even worse than Zemeckis, and deserves death. But if she's as mad as the rest of them, she's just a miserable woman in a crown, with a target on her forehead.
Sparrow goes grimly silent. Your companion nods kindly.
I'm always happy to chat with a comrade in arms on any subject.
Sparrow raises his eyebrows, amused.
Discussing someone behind their back isn't my way. Though I'm happy to express my opinion about anyone I've fought alongside.
A displeased grimace appears on his face.
How did I guess you'd ask about Crump? I can't imagine what you'd have in common with that man. Taking pride in beating people up? Really? I was sympathetic at first. She complained so much about injustice that I even decided to protect her. But there is nothing unjust about what happened to her. She deserved her exile from Magellan. I don't know how to tell her what I think of her.
He shrugs guiltily. Your companion grabs your sleeve and pulls you closer.
I was just about to say a few things about Yoko. She's a robot, of course, but in some ways she really is a child. Not because of how she looks, but because she adopts your ideas of good and evil. Don't take advantage of her innocence, all right?
Sparrow looks away.
We have something in common with Fox. Life was harsh to both of us. But I don't approve of her hiding behind a mask. She seems brave enough, so why doesn't she have the courage to accept herself?
Your companion nods kindly.
I'm always happy to chat with a comrade in arms on any subject.
Two furious, unblinking eyes sparkle at you through the mask's slots.
Yeah.
She lets out a snort.
Well,
The woman raises her mask to cover her features again.
just as I thought. I can't say anything good about any of them. But you can't have expected me to praise Nakamura or Zemeckis.
The woman grimaces.
I know her type. A child who thinks everyone owes her. Every person she meets is an opportunity for her own gain. She's always looking for a way to collect an imaginary debt from you.
Fox tenses slightly.
A very talented and dangerous person. I can't understand how he's still alive, and why they're doing business with him. He has the new Hitler written all over his face.
Your companion smiles faintly.
I'm rooting for that girl. But once the picnic gets bigger, she won't be able to handle it.
Fox grimaces.
I don't like them. They act as if nothing exists outside their own damn family and their shitty problems.
Your companion produces a hostile grin.
I don't like him at all.
Fox takes off her mask and lays it on her knees, examines her features.
If you think about it, she's just a crazy broad reigning over a bunch of psychos in a junkyard somewhere. But they believe in her. It doesn't matter who she is. What matters is her status in the tribe.
She puts the mask back on. She lets out a snort.
Well,
She lifts the mask with visible effort.
not a great idea. I don't like people, and I don't really get along with them either. But I'll try to be fair, and do my best to say something good about each of them. Go ahead, ask.
Fox awaits your question. Fox snorts.
A robot is a robot, but she seems to be capable of learning. Whatever she becomes in the end depends solely on you.
Your companion grins scornfully.
A liar, thief, coward, and always with the whining and self-pity. And she's useless in combat. Great choice for a companion, though. Way to go.
She raises one finger.
But if Katarzyna becomes attached to you, she'll be the most faithful friend you ever had. She'll do little favors for you, so you won't even notice. Seems like she's already attached, actually.
Her lips twitch in a faint smile.
I definitely won't say anything bad about him. Yes, he's cruel. Yes, his face is something you could use as a mold for a fright mask, but he's so holistic, principled. He's not a bastard at all.
Your companion smirks indulgently.
A lot of pathos, a lot of punching himself in the chest, and the constant me, me, me. Such aggression towards the bandits. I don't think it's about principles. He, she, I don't know what to call it. They're just out for revenge. But even if there's nothing but revenge, this determination is commendable. Sparrow is trying. He clearly made a great effort to become who he is.
She lightly touches her mask.
The research mode is paused. Social mode. Hello, Senpai.
Yoko nods mechanically several times.
Yes, Senpai. Any conversation means collecting data which coincides with my primary purpose of conducting research. The research mode is resumed.
smell discord.
We can help Carmine Heights and carry out a social experiment to reach a compromise. What do you think, Senpai?